They don't define me.
Is too low or too...
Severn is a place that challenges us to be our best selves.
Hello.
More than a place, Severn is a nurturing environment, a community.
Make sure you have a continuous conducting path. We inspire our students to discover what matters in their lives and education.
Just finish. To speak and act with respect and to stand up for what is right.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Intense debate teaches self-control and the courage to take on difficult issues.
Do you think we'd have to take action?
I don't know if that would help. I think that could affect us down the road for sure.
Keep it a secret, but they're learning.
Learning together, learning about respect, learning how to acquire knowledge, learning what matters and why it is important.
It's really fun to do these experiments. We learn about the things we see every day, about the way the world works.
I'm on.
The kids get inspired. What they learn in class brings the world around them to life. It's exciting for them and for me.
You play for each other, you play for your families, you play for that name that's on the front of your jersey right now. Leave it all on the field, man. Let's go, baby.
Athletics foster community. We learn from our setbacks, and together we celebrate our victories.
We study hard and we play hard.
We're also creative. Fine arts, dramatics, and music.
Curtains closing and we get places!
The arts challenge our students, expanding who they are. They're gaining new skills and learning new talents that they didn't even know they had.
There's a lot going on, so we need to know how to take care of ourselves.
You know, exercise, eating well, meditation, and time management.
We count on each other.
We reach out to help each other.
We are part of a community.
And most important, the thread of integrity runs through everything we do. We're very proud of what we have here at Severn, but buildings alone do not create a school. It's our community.
Severn is so much more than I imagined. This is my place, my community.
At Severn School, we believe there are many ways to lead, and that each child has the potential to be exceptional. Because when we define leadership as the positive impact you can have on another person, we become the empathetic, dynamic people that ultimately the world will depend.
Coming to Severn School, Saturday, February 4th. Hoops Madness! Upper school students and faculty are gearing up for Hoops Madness, the fun co-ed basketball tournament. This year's event is scheduled for Saturday, February 4th from 6:30 to 10 p.m. in the two gyms of the Edward St. John Athletic Center. Co-ed teams of 6 or 8 players, which includes 2 boys and 2 girls on the court at a time. Only 2 Severn basketball players and/or coaches per team, so there are no stacked teams. Each team will receive t-shirts to decorate and will come up with a team name. Teams will register on Tuesday, January 31st at lunch. Seniors will register first, and only one person from the team needs to show up to register. Madness honors will go to first place teams, most spirited, best costume, free throw, and 3-point winners. All upper school students are encouraged to participate, whether playing or coming out to cheer. This is a social event for the upper school and students and faculty. Doesn't matter if you're on the math team, because they win championships. The football team, your MIAA C Conference champions. One of the lacrosse teams, the A Conference sports here at Severn School. One of the soccer teams, your MIAA B Conference back-to-back champions and your IAAM 2021 champions. The golf team, your MIAA B Conference champions. Hole in one. Or if you play an instrument, shout out Jam Band. But reminder, this is a friendly and spirit-building competition, so do not do anything like this. You're trash, kid. Whose father is that? Snacks and refreshments will be provided.
Good evening from Severn School, the Memorial Gym. I'm Nick here with Will Dickinson. Welcome to Severn versus Pallotti. This is the first home wrestling match for the Admirals. Will, tell me about the Admirals this year.
Admirals this year, we have some star players that are really sticking out. Reed Gills at 190 pounds is undefeated this year in that weight class, and he won at the Admiral Holloway, or wins at Admiral Holiday in the Patriot Classic tournament this winter. Gills earned the Patriot Classic Outstanding Wrestler and Quickest Pin Award. We also have Nick Melfi, who's at 120 pounds. He won his weight class at the Admiral Holloway and Patriot Classic tournament this year. And the Admirals actually placed second out of 15 teams at this tournament.
Yeah, and last year the Admirals won their second consecutive MIAA B Conference Championship from 2021 and then 2022 after winning for the first time in school history back in the 2019-2020 season. The 2021-2022 Admirals placed second in the Maryland Independent Schools State Championship, the B Conference, only 3 points behind Bishop McNamara for the title.
A little bit about our head coach, Tom Wheeler. This is his second season at Severn and guided the Admirals to their second straight MIAA B Conference title in his first year in the 2021-22 school year. Severna Park's youth wrestling commissioner and head coach, that's also what he is. He placed at the MPSSAA State Championship as a wrestler at South Carroll High School all 4 years. And he was a member of Penn State's wrestling team.
Yeah, and a little bit about the Pallotti Panthers. They're located in Laurel, Maryland. Their head coach is Tommy Owens. Their record this year is 2-1 in the MIAB Conference, and they finished 5th in the 2022 MIAB Conference Championship.
Yeah, the series currently is tied. It's since 2009, and we are sitting at 5-5. In our last meeting last year, Severn won 51-30, and it was played at Pallotti. So a little shout out to some of our upcoming Admiral TV broadcasts. This Friday, boys basketball plays against Chapelgate Christian. We also have girls basketball on Friday as well versus St. Timothy's. And then next week, we have wrestling again against St. Francis at home.
And just a little bit about this season for the Admirals, a little more. Our record right now is 1-2 in the B Conference. We're coming off of our last 2 dual meets, which are losses, and the last time we lost a dual meet was back in the 2019 season. So yeah, this is going to be a big match for the Admirals, and as we go along, we'll have a couple forfeits. And who is our first wrestler going to be today?
Our first wrestlers are going to be in the 113 weight class. It will be Luke Layden for the Admirals versus Kamal Fisher for Pallotti. And then we have a whole lot of forfeits. We have forfeits in the 120 weight class, the 138, the 144, 150, 165, 175. But we have a lot of exhibition matches. We have 3. So some of these people that were forfeit against will be able to participate as well. So we will be skipping the 106 weight class because neither teams have wrestlers in that weight class. So it looks like we will be getting started real soon as both teams continue to warm up. Pallotti is currently on the mat. Severn will be getting on soon.
Yeah, Severn just came out of the locker room, and they look super ready for this match. I've been talking to a couple players today, specifically Reed Gills, who unfortunately isn't going to get a match today.
That's a bummer.
He's super hopeful for this meet for the Admirals. Obviously, coming off of those 2 losses, they really need a big win today. So hopefully they're gonna shoot it out of the park, and they're gonna dominate the Panthers today.
Oh yeah, Reed Gills is certainly the best player on this team this year, and compared to last year, we had a really big star player,
Ryan Money, who is now at Maryland Wrestling. So yeah, he was a star last year. If I'm not mistaken, he went undefeated. He's also wrestled in national tournaments after Severn. So instead of the state tournaments that Severn competes in every year in high school tournaments, Ryan actually made it to the national level where he wrestled against some of the best wrestlers in the country, and he placed pretty well there. But yeah, he's at Maryland now. He's doing really well. But we're definitely missing him in this atmosphere. He had a huge winning mentality. He was a captain of last year's team. overall a great kid and a great wrestler. So Reed Gills is the guy to watch right now. Nicky Melfi's having a phenomenal season, but yeah, it'll be exciting to see how today turns out.
For those who were tuned in earlier, I hope you really enjoyed both of our ads. First, the We Are Severn ad, which is under production all of last year. It was really fun to make. A lot of students got to participate. And then our second ad
is the personal favorite ad at Severn School
right
now.
It certainly is.
Will and I helped create it. It's our Hoops Madness teaser. So Hoops Madness is an event that we run at Severn. It's a basketball tournament. It's a 4v4 game, co-ed teams. It's always fun. It's always competitive. Everyone dresses up and has a blast. And the teaser that you saw earlier in the broadcast is
something.
It's 2 hours worth of work for 2 minutes and 3 seconds of glory.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry the quality was not as up to par as the We Are Severn video, but
or Admiral TV for that matter.
Of course. But we put a lot of heart and soul into that video.
Yeah, shout out to Jack Shields. He's a varsity basketball player. He's the only true basketball player in that video.
Oh, yes. We certainly
We definitely showcased some skill, though.
Oh, yeah. The golf shot and such. Looks like we have our first two wrestlers up. Oh, the captains rather.
Meeting.
Apologize.
There's Blake Hoyt, a senior, and Aiden Shank, who is a junior on this team.
Oh, yes.
Aiden Shank's a tough wrestler. Aiden Shank wrestles in the 190-pound weight class with Reed Gills.
And Talon.
And Blake Hoyt, I believe he is one of 2 seniors on this wrestling team. Blake Hoyt's a great wrestler. He's been wrestling all 4 years, with exception to the COVID winter. So Severn is odd matches, Pallotti is even matches.
Alrighty. It's like we're going to get things underway real soon. Looks like we have Luke Layden coming up first for the Admirals. It'll be Luke Layden versus Kamal Fisher.
And there's no match for the 106, so we're starting at 113.
Yes, we certainly are.
Luke Layden's a gritty little wrestler. He was a football player for Severn.
And he's going to be playing lacrosse as well, right?
Yeah, he's a 3-sport athlete.
Love to see that. Takes a lot of effort to play 3 sports at Severn. It's great to see a freshman handle all of that.
So at the Admiral Hollow tournament, Luke Layden had 4 wins and only 1 loss. And at the annual Patriot Classic, he had 3 wins and 3 losses. But yeah, he's a gritty little wrestler.
Very well-rounded.
Very well-rounded athlete, and it's going to be exciting to see how he comes out today.
Oh yeah, it's great to have him on the football team. He did get varsity reps. Weight does not matter, even if you're 113 pounds.
He went in at nose guard.
Oh, he went in at nose. That was not done by our coaches, but rather a player.
And that player happens to be Reed Gills. Reed Gills sent in a 113-pound football wrestler in lacrosse in at nose guard, and shockingly enough, he slipped right through.
Oh, he did. He got right through in the backfield.
Got a sack. He was really close to getting a sack.
I was very excited when that happened.
I mean, the coaching staff wasn't happy, but Reed Gills was happy.
Yep.
And when Reed's happy, everyone's happy.
Yeah, so they just did a double forfeit on the 106 weight class. Both coaches said no thank you. Now it appears we will be moving on to the 113. Here comes Kamal Fisher checking in.
And here's Luke Layden.
Alrighty, first match coming up.
Pallotti is starting off very aggressive in this wrestling match. Luke Layden playing great defense on the backside. Some hesitations. Luke Layden with a good single leg takedown attempt. There's a good sprawl by Pallotti wrestler.
It's like
he's got him with an ankle pick.
Oh
Luke
yeah.
Layden still has a hand on the back. Luke Layden remains on his stomach and doesn't get turned over. It's a good reverse by Luke Layden trying to get out. It looks like the Pallotti wrestler is going for a cradle hold. Luke Layden's trying to reach around and grab his head. Not in position to get a pin right now, though. His back and shoulders are both off of the ground. There's 1:06 left in the first period, so it'll be exciting to see. So it looks like Luke Layden might get an escape point here if he can manage his way out, but he's definitely in good position to get back points. It's almost a standstill right now as Luke Layden has the ankle of the Pallotti wrestler. And the Pallotti wrestler is on top with Luke Layden's ankle. .28 seconds left. It's good use of Luke Layden's legs there. Getting him out will prevent him from going on his back. Luke Layden's getting up to his feet.
Clock winding down.
Still has an ankle. 8 seconds to go in the round. Luke Layden is up. He has a good hold on him. And that's the end of the first round. So Luke Layden obviously on the bottom. It's 2-0 Pallotti so far in this match. It'll be exciting to see how Luke Layden comes back.
Oh, yeah. Great first round.
So the points that Pallotti got were off of the takedown points. It looks like Pallotti's going to start on the bottom. Luke Layden's going to be on top. For context, this is the way that you start off every round after the first one. And that's a good reverse by the Pallotti player. But Luke Layden has a good hold. Luke Layden has an opportunity here to get a pin. Luke Layden's on back. But Pallotti looks like he's going to capitalize here. He almost has Luke Layden on his back. He's going to turn over. Luke Layden is keeping his shoulders up. Luke Layden is out. It's 2 points for the Pallotti for the takedown and the reversal. Luke Layden is looking for an escape right now. He's close. But Pallotti getting that leg on the backside is definitely going to prevent it.
Feet in the air.
Down. Luke Layden escaped that pin. He's on his side right now. If Luke Layden can get reversal points here, it'll be big.
Coming in at 20 seconds now.
Luke Layden's making his escape. And he has Luke Layden in a cradle. But Luke Layden is refusing to go on his back. 2 seconds left. And there's the end of the second period of this match. It's 7-0 Pallotti. 2-minute periods. One more left. Luke Layden really needs a pin here, or a couple takedowns. What Severn wants to do is try to avoid the tech fault. The tech fault is when the team is down by a 15-point deficit. The match would end there.
Luke Layden
starts on top again. A reverse there by the Pallotti wrestler. And Luke Layden remains on top. Luke Layden has his leg in a hold, not letting his ankle go. The hold on his leg is preventing the Pallotti wrestler from using that leg to escape, so he primarily only has 3 limbs instead of the 4 to escape right now.
Great move by Luke Layden there.
It looks like Luke Layden's trying to get his hands connected at bottom for a cradle, but a great reversal from the Pallotti wrestler. But Luke Layden is still refusing to go on his back. Luke Layden trying to get out of it, and he's out of it. Luke Layden's out top. Luke Layden is on top. The Pallotti wrestler hits a reverse and has Luke on his back, and that's a pin. That's a win for the Pallotti.
Great match there.
Yeah, Luke Layden showed a lot of grit there.
He
refusing
did.
to be pinned for a long time. He held his own against the wrestler.
This Pallotti player is a very strong guy. Luke Layden coming up close. So we have our next wrestler coming up. And it will be Nikki Melfi versus Jay Hilburn for Pallotti. Yeah, so another forfeit in the 120 weight class.
For Severn. So it's a
Yeah,
Severn forfeit. So right now, Pallotti is going to be up on a team standpoint. It's 12-0 Pallotti so far.
Here comes Nikki Melfi.
Nikki Melfi in the 126 weight class. Melfi is a very experienced wrestler. He wrestles in the youth leagues. If you can see, he has Navy headgear on. I believe that's who he wrestled club for growing up. So he's a talented wrestler.
Wrestling the team captain for Pallotti. This will be a good matchup.
It's a quick approach by the two. No shots so far. Not a lot of contact so far. Nikki Melfi tries to go for the single leg, can't get it off. Goes for it again and gets him down. Melfi's on top. That's 2 points for the Admirals for the takedown.
Great takedown by Melfi. Love to see it.
Nikki Melfi's trying to turn him over. He's got a good hold on his arms. Nikki Melfi has his arm in a hold, and it looks like Nikki Melfi might get the pin off here.
Really interesting move by the Pallotti wrestler there.
Nikki Melfi looking like he's going to get a pin here. He has the Pallotti wrestler's arm all the way around. It's not too pretty to look at, but it's a gruesome sport. Nikki Melfi trying to get the turn still. And it looks like Melfi's still going to stay on top in this match. Melfi's trying to get the turnover, and he got him turned over. Pallotti wrestler's keeping a good job keeping his back off the ground. 2 points for Melfi. 3 points. Nikki Melfi's dominating this match so far. A couple good attempts to escape by the Pallotti wrestler, but Melfi's going to stay on top. And after that first period, that's 5-0 from Nikki Melfi. It doesn't look crowded on the bench, but to the left of us, the Admirals lacrosse team is out to support some of the guys. A lot of them are friends with Nikki Melfi. Nikki Melfi was a good soccer player. Had a goal in the championship, I believe.
Oh, yes, he did. He's been a starter since his freshman year, right?
I don't believe he started, but this year he got a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
But he's been on varsity since his freshman year. He's a great athlete. And he's obviously dominating this wrestling match. So Melfi's going to start on top.
cheers for Melfi from the lacrosse players by the doors.
Melfi's going for the turn, but he's struggling to get underneath that arm.
Nice move.
There's
on
Melfi goes, but the arms of this wrestler are very flexible, it seems.
Oh my goodness.
Nicky Melfi goes for it again. And Melfi's still going for the pin.
This Pallotti wrestler is just
This
evading
Pallotti wrestler
everything.
is really refusing to. That's a potentially dangerous call by the wrestler. Obviously, the Pallotti wrestler's neck was turning all different kinds of ways.
I have not seen body parts bend this way in my entire life.
It's 8-0, Melfi, and it's the second period with 1 minute 5 seconds left.
Melfi will be starting on top.
So Melfi's obviously been dominating this match. Well, what do you think he needs to get that pin? I think he's one quick turnover away and a little mistake from the Pallotti wrestler.
I think you're right. I think this is game all about who's going to get tired first. I think Melfi's got a lot of energy in him, so I believe he's going to pull away with this one. Hoping
Melfi
for a
has
pin.
the cradle hold. The Pallotti wrestler's fighting to get out of it, but Nicky Melfi has his hands locked.
Shoulders are almost on the ground.
Melfi looking like he's going to get the pin here. Oh, he lost his connections with his hands, and he still has on top. It's 3 points. It's back points for Nicky Melfi.
Oh my goodness.
Melfi has good positioning here to turn him over, and he got it. This Pallotti wrestler obviously does his neck workouts because his neck is strong. Melfi, there you go. Nicky Melfi in there. A pretty gruesome match.
That really was. That was very
Nicky Melfi's
entertaining.
a very talented wrestler, and it's very obvious this Pallotti wrestler is also very talented. He works very hard. He was a very good escape artist. But Nicky Melfi eventually came out with that pin. It is now 12-6 team-wise, so the Pallotti's at 12 because of the forfeit, and Severn is at 6. We have Aiden Whiteside up here for the 132 weight class, wrestling G. Landich. We don't have first names, unfortunately.
We sadly do not.
So I will call him Landich for this match. Aiden Whiteside, a very talented wrestler. He's been wrestling all 4 years.
Quick
He's
moving.
a very aggressive wrestler.
He certainly is.
Out of bounds. Aiden Whiteside pushed him out. It's no points for anyone. A reset in the middle. A quick shot by Landich there. Aiden Whiteside is going to remain on top. Aiden Whiteside's going to get 2 back points there.
Oh, yeah.
And Aiden Whiteside's going to get the turnover.
Coaches are really getting into it here.
Landich did a great job refusing to stay on his back with quick turns. A lot of mobility. Wrestling takes a ton of energy out of you. But Aiden Whiteside has a really good hold on that left arm of Landich. A smart play from Aiden would be keep him in bounds, but keep him out of bounds would reset him. But Aiden is trying to keep him in bounds, but Landich is pulling him out.
Wow.
Barry Whiteside kept him in bounds there. Could have been dangerous for Landich.
Very aggressive wrestler. You love to see that.
Whiteside will elect to start on top.
Getting him down quick. Looks like he's got his arm in the hold.
Going for a cradle, but now if he gets on the back, he can get some back points here.
Turning the head.
And it looks like Landich might get some escape points here. That'll be 1 point. But Aiden Whiteside with a good takedown there. Aiden Whiteside's going to try to pull him back inside again, but it looks like they're going to be out of bounds. Aiden Whiteside wrestling very tough right now.
Oh, yeah.
Again, he's a very scrappy wrestler that is very aggressive on the offensive side. So we'll see a lot of takedowns from Bear, a lot of attempts.
Yeah, looks like he's really trying to get this takedown.
Aiden Whiteside going to try to get him to turn over. Landich is doing a good job using his legs to prevent that.
A little under 30 seconds now in the first round.
Aiden Whiteside making sure he can't get up to get escape points before this first period ends in 3, 2, 1. And there's your first period.
Alrighty.
Aiden Whiteside's defer. And it looks like they're going to start off in a neutral setting. Staying on their feet for now. Landich takes a shot, but Aiden Whiteside looks like he's going to get some reversal points here.
Get his arm around the neck, trying to get him on his back. He's got a leg in the hold as well.
Two points for Aiden Whiteside from that escaped takedown attempt, and then some back points. Aiden Whiteside has a good cradle hold going on right now. He's trying to push him over. It's good use of the head by Aiden Whiteside.
Yeah, keeping him down. And he's got his arm caught in between his legs there.
Looks like Landich's headset is off and he's stalling. He's not stalling happens when one wrestler doesn't attempt to do anything. Aiden Whiteside going for the turnover here. Landich doing a great job using his leg again. But Aiden Whiteside gets him over and it's a pin.
That was a great match. That was a sweet pin by Aiden Whiteside. Great job.
And a little more about Aiden at the Admiral Holloway tournament. Aiden went 3-1. And then at the Gilman or Adam Janet tournament, he went 3-2. So Aiden Whiteside has a great season so far, starting off very well.
Yep.
And it looks like Will Friedel is going to get a forfeit, and Pallotti will have to forfeit this round, and Will Friedel will get the win and add points on for Severn. So now that's how the scores have changed, and it is now 18-12 Severn.
We got Nate Long at the 150 weight class. Another forfeit.
Going to be another forfeit from Pallotti.
Love this celebration.
It'll be 24-12. Forfeits are always hard.
It's Kyle Reinecke.
Kyle Reinecke is...
It's another...
There's also going to be another forfeit.
Yeah, I will.
30-12. Blake Hoyt at the 165. It's going to be another forfeit from Pallotti.
Yep.
And then Reed Gills with another forfeit from Pallotti. Reed Gills right there, star wrestler at Severn, star athlete, three-sport athlete here: football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
Committed to Penn State.
Committed to Penn State. He's a face-off guy.
It's a very impressive feat by Reed Gills.
42-12 Severn. That's how quick a match points can switch around just due to forfeits.
And now we have
Aiden Shank up
at the 190 weight class against M. Monteau, I believe.
Aiden Shank is also a two-sport athlete for Severn. He's a lacrosse player and a wrestler. He's been wrestling and playing lacrosse for his 3 years of high school. He's a junior. And he's wrestling at 190 right now.
It's a big boy.
Versus Montaut.
A lot of dancing going on around on the mat right now.
I wrestled with Shank in middle school. He's a very defensive wrestler as well. It looks like they're both pretty defensive. Nobody wants to take a shot. But Aiden Shank definitely relies on his defensive skills. He's great with his sprawl and he's great with getting reverse points. But Aiden Shank goes for a standing takedown and he gets him on his knees. Aiden Shank up top, trying to get good position to get him flat on his stomach. Has the back arm and Shank's gonna try to go for the cradle, but can't get the leg, and he gets an ankle pick there.
That's 2 points.
He still has his back leg.
Coming in a little under a minute now. First round. What was that call there?
So potentially dangerous is any time that a wrestler is near injury or near something bad happening. Usually happens around the neck, the back areas, sometimes the leg if it's in very weird situations.
Yeah.
Usually not shoulders or upper body other than your back, just because some wrestlers have shoulders that are super flexible and can rotate in all kinds of ways. Aiden Shank trying to get a takedown, pulled down to the mat, and he gets it back again.
Coming in at 20 seconds. First round. Ten seconds now.
Aiden Shank's headset fell off, threw it away. If it falls off during a match, they do not slow down the match, but it looks like if Aiden Shank can keep it there.
A lot of scrambling in that last few seconds there.
First period, it's 2-0 Shank. Shank with a good takedown there.
Oh yeah. Letting Shank put the headgear back on.
Aiden Shank's gonna start down here. Aiden Shank's gonna rely on some defense and try to get the reverse. He went for a quick turnaround but couldn't get it, unfortunately. This is the first time that Montaut is on top. Doesn't appear to be much going on right now. Shank's still going for the escape. So there was a full Nelson call there, which means that the player's hands were locked and had both of his arms underneath Aiden Shank's shoulders and had his hands locked on the backside. That's a full Nelson. That's illegal because it caused so many neck injuries in the old days of wrestling. Aiden Shank with a great reversal there. That's 2 points for him. It's 5-0 Aiden Shank. So now the dominant turnover in wrestling is called a half Nelson. It's the same principles as the full Nelson, less dangerous, only one hand on the back of the neck, and then the other hand would be grabbing the opponent's arm and trying to pull that arm underneath so that he could turn his back over. Aiden Shank has a reverse right now, though. He's very close to the pin.
He's getting there.
And it looks like Pallotti just lost some positioning there. He moved his back leg in. He's trying to get back into it. Shank looks like he's going to get it here. But Montaut is staying strong and got himself turned around.
35 seconds now.
But Aiden Shank gets back on top. And that's a pin for Aiden Shank. Aiden Shank is such a tough wrestler.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great pin for him.
That was great. Love to see that for Severn. So we have Jack Heyman coming up next. A football, wrestler, and lacrosse player.
Yeah, lacrosse player. A goalie.
Goalie,
And a MIAC conference all-conference lineman.
Oh, yeah, he's a center.
He's a stud.
He was real gritty
But yeah,
this year.
they're coming in at the 215 weight class. He's wrestling Anderson, F. Anderson. Unfortunately, we don't have first names.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a great single leg takedown there from Jack Heyman. Jack Heyman remains on top right now.
Two very big boys.
Yeah, two very big boys.
Oh, my goodness.
Very athletic. Gifted with size. And it's going to be a tough match. Jack Heyman is on the football field. He's a freak of nature.
Forced to be reckoned with. Never look into his eyes when you're on the football field with him. You will see pure fear. You will feel pure fear.
Jack Heyman's going to try to pull him back in, and it looks like he's going to get him back in bounds. As long as he keeps his foot in, it will remain in play. 34 seconds left in the first period here. Heyman is up 2-0. A lot of headset problems here.
Oh, yeah. They're flying off.
But Shank is going to remain dominant on top right now. He's going to keep going to flip him over. It looks like he's trying to get a cradle in. But instead he grabs his shoulder, gets a reversal, has his leg underneath.
Good use of the head by Heyman here.
That's the end of the first period. Jack Heyman on top. 2-0. Severn to first positioning. And they're going to start off neutral. That's a good shot there, but Jack Heyman remains on top. Doesn't let that take him down. That's 2 points from Jack Heyman. I believe those are back points for him. Jack Heyman very, very close to a pin here.
Oh, he's getting there.
Pallotti wrestlers fighting to stay off of the ground. Anderson. And that's a pin for Jack Heyman.
Wow. Love to see that. How many pins is that in a row now?
That's, I believe, 3 or 4 pins in a row, and it is 54-12 Severn. A little bit more about the neutral positioning, neutral down and being on top. For a wrestler, it's all about your preference. So if you're a wrestler that dominantly likes to be a defensive wrestler, you're probably going to pick the bottom to try to get some reversal points. If you're a good offensive wrestler and you want to go for the takedown off the top, you might start above, but it really all depends on the wrestler that you are. And then starting off neutral, kind of it's the beginning of a match. Everyone's familiar with it.
Oh yeah. Coming out of the 285 weight class, Alan Sheffords. This is our last weight class wrestling match before we end up going to exhibition matches. Alan Sheffords, another football player and lacrosse player for the Admirals.
All-conference.
Yes. He's
a player.
Right guard.
Alan Sheffords with a big takedown here. Alan Sheffords using some football skills, very aggressive on the wrestling side. He is wrestling McClear Irons. Standstill right now. Alan Sheffords trying to stay on top to get the turn. Alan Sheffords is down. No takedown points because he didn't fall anywhere. It's still a neutral match, 0-0. That'll be 2 points for McClear Iron.
Under a minute now. First round.
.43 seconds left. 2-0 Pallotti in this match. Looks like McClear Irons is trying to get the half Nelson to pull him over. And he might get it, but it looks like Alan Sheffers is on his back. 24 seconds left. Alan Sheffers is holding his ground. Alan Sheffers is on his back, and that's a pin for McClear Irons.
Great match there for Pallotti. Great work.
I think it's underrated how much energy wrestling takes. It's one of the more single dominant sports, so you don't really have a team around you. So it's all individual. So we have exhibition matches coming up right now.
Oh yeah.
The final for the regular matches is going to be 54-18. So Severn will get the win here.
Love to see it. Coming off 2 losses.
So just to recap today, Luke Layden unfortunately lost his match after 5 minutes and 22 seconds of wrestling. Nikki Melfi won in the second period. We have a bunch of forfeits, 4 forfeits in a row, 5 forfeits in a row, and then Aiden Shank ended up winning in the 3rd minute, and then Jack Heyman won. And Alan Sheffers unfortunately just lost.
Yep.
Luke Layden is back on for his exhibition match
against S. Singh.
Singh was Pallotti's forfeit in the 120 weight class. Luke Layden wrestling up this match. Luke Layden at 113, Singh at 120. So the Admirals are going to move on to 2-2 in conference.
Great bounce back for the Admirals after losing to
Back
St.
to
Mary's and
500
St. Paul's.
there. Looks like Singh's going to try to stay on top. Luke Layden has good positioning now. And he's going for the turnover. There you go. It's 2 points, Luke Layden.
Both coaches getting
It's
into
a
it now.
headlock with a hip throw there. I'm missing some terminology. Haven't wrestled since the 8th grade, but that's a pin for Luke Layden in his exhibition.
Oh my
match.
goodness.
Luke Layden's mom in the stand is very, very excited. So is his dad. Per usual. Comes from a great family.
He's got a great brother.
He does have a great brother. His brother and sister were both here at Severn School.
Oh yeah.
2020. His sister was a 2020, and his brother was a 2021 graduate.
Who then went on to play lacrosse at IMG Academy.
And now he is at UMBC playing lacrosse. This next exhibition match is going to be for Nicky Melfi. Nicky Melfi obviously won his first match in regular time.
Yep.
So exhibition matches do not count for the match points.
Just getting certain people that were unable to participate due to forfeits in the weight class. So
it's like Trimble for Pallotti is toying with Melfi a little bit. Melfi doesn't let it affect him.
It certainly doesn't. Melfi is calm, cool, and collected here. Waiting for a point of attack.
And there's Melfi. There's Melfi's athleticism there. Is that going to be 3 points for Nicky Melfi with back points there and a takedown?
Oh, yeah.
2 points. 2-0, Melfi.
I gotta applaud you, Nick, on your knowledge of wrestling.
It's been a while since I wrestled. I wrestled up until 8th grade, and unfortunately didn't wrestle in high school. Thought about it a lot, but playing football and my main sport is lacrosse. I didn't want to overwork myself.
I know. I don't blame you. I used to be a baller myself.
But I still love watching wrestling, and Nicky Melfi looks like he's going to turn him over. Nicky Melfi's such a dominant wrestler for Severn, and Melfi looks like he's going to get the pin here. And there it is.
Nice. So that was our second exhibition match, and we will have one final match with Talon Krushock against Mr. Osorio Diaz.
Talon, also a multi-sport athlete on the football team. He won us the championship,
Oh, he
believe it or
did.
not.
He is a real gritty player. Yeah, he had to replace Nick after Nick went down with an injury in the championship game, and he kicked that extra point
and ended up winning, what was it, 41 to 40?
42.
Or 41-42.
Yep.
Talon, a beast of an athlete.
Oh, he is.
He's also on our all-hands team from Severn football.
Yes.
Front line during onside kicks, and he recovered, like, I want to say 3 of them.
Yeah, he did.
He's a beast.
He's a really gritty player.
I've had the pleasure to wrestle against Talon this year, and he's a great wrestler, exhibiting strength there. Boom! Talon throws him to the ground. That's going to be 2 points for Talon.
That was a crazy move. These guys are not...
And that's just a quick pin for Talon there. Talon, a beast of a wrestler, obviously. Beast of an athlete. It didn't take long for Talon to get that win.
That was really cool to watch.
And that's going to conclude this match, Severn versus Pallotti. Severn coming up on top, 54-18 regular, and then we won all 3 exhibition matches.
Love to see that from the Admirals. Great win on a great night.
The Admirals move on to 2-0 and look forward to, again, we said at the beginning, but some more Admiral TV upcoming broadcasts. Boys basketball Friday the 20th versus Chapelgate. Girls basketball Friday the 20th versus St. Timothy's. And then wrestling again Wednesday the 25th versus St. Francis.
Awesome. It was great having you guys join us tonight. And we will see you later. This has been Will Dickinson
and Nick Soteropoulos.
Severn is more than buildings. It's more than computers.
More than labs.
More than the latest technology.
Severn is more than athletic fields.
These walls, they don't define me.
It's too low or Severn is a place that challenges us to be our best selves.
More than a place, Severn is a nurturing environment, a community.
Make sure you have a continuous conducting path. We inspire our students to discover what matters in their lives and education.
Just finish to speak and act with respect and to stand up for what is right.
Okay, so what are we talking about? Intense debate teaches self-control and the courage to take on difficult issues.
Do you think we'd have to take action?
Like, I don't know if that would help. I think that could affect us down the road for sure.
Keep it a secret, but they're learning.
Learning together, learning about respect, learning how to acquire knowledge, learning what matters and why it is important.
It's really fun to do these experiments. We learn about the things we see every day, about the way the world works.
The kids get inspired. What they learn in class brings the world around them to life. It's exciting for them and for me.
You play for each other, You play for your families. You play for that name that's on the front of your jersey right now. Leave it all on the field, man. Let's go, baby.
Athletics foster community. We learn from our setbacks, and together we celebrate our victories.
We study hard and we play hard.
We're also creative. Fine arts, dramatics, and music.
Curtain closing! Everybody places!
The arts challenge our students, expanding who they are. They're gaining new skills and learning new talents that they didn't even know they had.
There's a lot going on, so we need to know how to take care of ourselves.
You know, exercise, eating well, meditation, and time management.
We count on each other.
We reach out to help each other.
We are part of a community.
And most important, the thread of integrity runs through everything we do. We're very proud of what we have here at Severn. But buildings alone do not create a school. It's our community.
Severn is so much more than I imagined. This is my place, my community.
At Severn School, we believe there are many ways to lead, and that each child has the potential to be exceptional. Because when we define leadership as the positive impact you can have on another person, we become the empathetic, dynamic people that ultimately the world will depend.